Hey beautiful, I want to dive into something real today. How to stop being insecure and how to rock your small chest, having small boobs, because you have probably felt the pressure to fit into society standards when it comes to body goals and the girlies that you see. And I want to help you feel better about your body. So today, you comparing yourself, feeling like you are not enough, you're not feminine enough because you have smaller boobs, that stops today, okay? This is gonna be a candid talk about how to start embracing your authentic self from the inside out. So let's get into a little bit of how we got here, how to get rid of those false narratives that you've told yourself about what it means to have a small chest, and learn to celebrate your uniquely, amazingly beautiful body today. I am Jordan Blackwell, former materials engineer turned lifestyle content creator behind Little Miss JB Style, sharing with you life's possibilities through style. Now, I definitely talked a little bit about how I grew up in my video and how I improved my style. And if you're familiar with my channel, you've also seen me talk about being pear-shaped. And part of what comes with that is being small-chested. So I want to share with you, dive deeper, growing up having a small chest, things I did not only to accept having a small chest, but to help me become confident about it as well. Plus answering questions, because I do actually talk about this a lot, especially over on my Instagram story. So I wanted to bring some of those questions here to answer today. If you didn't know, I grew up in a small town in Wisconsin and it was predominantly white. So that already impacted my ego, my self-esteem, like all of that. I was not ever under the impression I was that girl. I wasn't one of the popular girlies. In fact, I really did feel other a lot of the times because it was made very aware to me that I was not black and I was not white. So I already grew up feeling othered. Then around middle school, all of my friends' bodies started to develop, like they were getting yitties, and I just kept looking like, blink, blink, when's mine gonna come in? Because looking at my family members, I definitely thought that I was gonna get well endowed. I thought I was gonna have at least like a solid B cup, okay? Like, and technically I am a B, but that's more because of the width of my body than the fullness of my boobs. But finding bras and bra sizes is something I'll get into later. But I distinctly remember when my best friend, her body developed, she got some really nice ones and the guys were like giving her all the attention. And I literally kneeled beside my bed and was like, Lord, you know I don't ask for nothing. Honestly, I come to you grateful every day because, in case you didn't know, I actually went to Catholic school all the way through grade school up until middle school. I just was beside my bed, and I remember this in 7th, 8th grade, just, hey man, if you can make this happen for me, like that'd be dope. That'd be really cool. Like, I would definitely owe you one. I would be a real good person. As we can see, the Lord decided he had other plans for me. So not only in middle school were all the girls getting their yitties and getting attention from boys, then you had the rise of reality TV and all those rail thin girls. Think Paris Hilton, Lindsay Lohan, like those were the girls. And the worst part was when I got to high school, I went to a public high school. The girlies looked just like that. When I tell you they were like rail thin with just boobs, it was like, dang. I cannot win. And that's just a very formative time. Like for me, I was definitely boy crazy. I definitely was like, okay, so how am I supposed to attract these boys if the body not bodying like the girlies I see on TV and the girlies in school? It was really like, well, dang. So that's how it's gonna be. And truthfully, I'm so glad I did not have the internet back then, because I've always been a there's gotta be a solution kind of girl, right? There's just gotta be an answer. There's gotta be a way. Like when I was struggling with acne at that time going into college, I was on Google for hours like, okay, but seriously, what's causing this acne? What should I be using? I mean hours, almost days, honestly. Like the way I will take my time and spend my free hours researching things, that's why I am a great engineer. That's what made me good at being an engineer, was just I knew there was an answer and I really will be relentless about it. So I can only imagine growing up, especially with like Instagram and TikTok now and the Fashion Nova girls, like I would have been like, there has to be a way, like an ointment, a massage, like something besides surgery and having kids is gonna make these grow. I just know there's something I can do. And truthfully, I was self-conscious about having small boobs all the way into like my late 20s. I feel like around age 28 is when I really had a lot of just revelations about all the lies that I had told myself about my body and about myself. Like up until that point, I wouldn't go braless. I wouldn't even risk one of those sticky bras. I always had to be in like one of those extra strapped push-up bras. Like you gotta look like I have the yitties. I just really didn't feel like a woman. Like even looking at a lot of the advertising as the body positivity started, it was like real women have real curves. And I was like, well, I have some curves. Like my boobs are a lot like my butt. They have good follow through, but that shelf life, my cleavage does not quite cleavage the way I was hoping. And I remember just feeling so frustrated because I felt limited and I felt like I couldn't wear things that I wanted to wear. And there wasn't a simple fix besides going to get surgery, which was just something I knew wasn't for me. Like I tempted the idea of like a fat transfer at best, but honestly, I kept thinking about all the other things I could do with that money, like travel, see the world, go out to eat, buy gifts for my family. I just never could really justify the amount of money that gets spent on plastic surgery to ever actually do it. So like I said, it wasn't until around my late 20s that I really dug deep into my self-love journey. Like, I really remember sitting there thinking, I've wasted so much time agonizing over my body, having the ideal body, being the ideal shape, stressing about what I ate, making sure I was hitting the gym, making sure my skin was popping, and I really just decided I had enough. Like, I just decided I was refusing to waste any more time or energy worrying about whether or not my body looked like the ideal body. I really just was like, nah. Enough is enough. And reflecting now at the big age of 32, I'm realizing that it was also around this time that I was diving a lot back into my hobbies, which brings me into some of the techniques that I use to not only start accepting my body, but to love my body, small boobs and all. My first tip is having hobbies that make you feel accomplished that have nothing to do with how you look. Because truly confidence comes from trusting yourself and knowing that you are capable. And it can feel really, really hard to get to that point, and so much of confidence always gets placed on the external, like, ooh, my skin is clear, yes, my hair is done and laid, like the body start being snatchy, snatch. And that's where a lot of your problems are coming from, is you're too focused on external things, because the truth is, age is gonna get us all, babes. Age is gonna get us all, contrary to what J-Lo is having us out here believing, because baby, she is just raising the bar so unnecessarily, but I digress. So one of the very first things you need to do is just start doing things. For me, that was learning to roller skate, getting into fitness, because contrary to belief, you do not have to look a certain way to get into fitness, and there's so many avenues of fitness. For me, I found that pushing my body and finding new ways to move my body made me feel really accomplished. Reading books, especially like harder books, especially like fictional books, like one of the best feelings for me is like, did I just finish this book start to finish in one day? Like, I'm that girl who's speed reader, what? Oh, can't tell me nothing. Another thing for me is writing as a content creator. I spend a lot of my time writing, scripting, things like that. And another thing for me personally has just been investing. But I know a lot of my friends lean into art, a lot of my friends lean into the nonprofit work. So finding hobbies that make you feel accomplished and make you feel amazing, because you are amazing. You're beautiful, you deserve to feel loved now. You don't need your body to look a certain way to deserve that. Because one of the biggest keys to confidence is actually feeling confident. And a lot of the time we have seen those mediocre white boys, they don't be looking top tier, and they be having the confidence of King Kong. Like, they be having the confidence like, what you mean I'm wrong? How? Can't even, do you see me? I'm white. But truly confident people are confident in themselves regardless of how they look. Also around this time in my late 20s, I was reframing my fitness and health journey. Those hot girl walks that everyone keeps talking about, they work. Not because they're going to help you lose weight, okay? Not because the goal is to serve snatch body. Simply moving your body on a consistent basis releases feel-good hormones. It just makes you feel good to move your body. So when you do this consistently, you're gonna start feeling better about yourself. You're gonna start feeling more confident about yourself. And by committing to doing these on a regular basis, you are learning to show up for yourself. You are learning that you can trust yourself to make the best decisions for you, and that's gonna make you even more confident. The third thing I did around this time was take up journaling way more serious. Like, when I was young, I was in my journal like, dear diary, you will not believe how my mom gonna ground me today. Like, literally, I have all of my diaries from when I was a kid, and the tea was steaming, piping hot. I loved me the drama back in the day. But now I use my journal in a very different way, and that is really to dig down to, one, identify the areas that trigger me, what causes me to go down some of these paths of just negative self-talk. Oh, your small boobs make you less attractive. Oh, you look better with this. Oh, this. And for me, I know some of that came from my family, and while it wasn't intended to be malicious, I internalized a lot of that, along with just seeing the celebrities and the girls who would get attention from the boys that I had a crush on. I really internalized that a lot, and I really gave myself this narrative that I needed to look like this, I needed to dress like this, I needed to act like this in order to have these things. And I never once questioned it. But once I started journaling, I realized why I was placing that importance on having big boobs. And I also realized that not having big boobs has never once stopped me from getting what I want, men included. Like, not once has anyone told me to my face, oh, you know, you look better with bigger yitties. Like, I've had some people make jokes, but no one has ever like seriously been like, yeah, girl, your small boobs disqualify you from getting what you want out of this life. Like, never has that actually like been words uttered out of someone's mouth. So as you start journaling, the biggest thing is to start questioning where these narratives have come from, addressing that inner voice, and learning to rewrite that narrative for yourself. Like, no, in fact, I'm not undesirable because I have small boobs. No, in fact, having small boobs actually allows me to do all of these other things and wear all these other clothes that girls with the big chested girlies always are envious of us that we can wear and they cannot. Like, there are a lot of positives to being small chested once you start to learn how to stop yourself from negative self-talking and rewrite that narrative. The other great thing about journaling, moving into number 4, is understanding yourself, because this led me to be really honest with myself about my style, and not just my style, but my comfort level. And the thing is, this requires a huge level of honesty, because you need to know this is where I'm comfortable, and you need to make that decision if you want to push past that comfort level. For me, what I found really helped me, actually I learned in like my psychology class way back in high school, but never really thought to apply it, and that is just exposure therapy. I literally confronted my fears when it came to style. I started to just go without wearing a bra. I started to wear the skimpier tops that did make me look a little more flat-chested and didn't make my girls look as plump and as luscious and as big. I started challenging myself, and that is so important, because you will learn that 9 times out of 10, not that your fears are unfounded, but the thing that you're afraid of happening isn't even gonna happen. And it's such a mixed feeling, because on one point you're like, wow, so I literally just wasted all that time. And you're gonna be mad. I'm gonna warn you, like, you're gonna be mad. Like, so I literally just wasted all that time thinking that I couldn't wear this and people were gonna make me feel bad. Like, when I say there was like a literal rage for a moment. But then you're gonna realize how many more doors that opens for you once you finally confront your fear. Because in the grand scheme of things, like fear and the judgment and all that kind of stuff, this is so small. And honestly, if someone has the audacity to say something, you can also work through that process of not letting that faze you anymore, because who are they? If you cannot pay my bills, if you are going to criticize me but are not able to also help me, babes, who is you to criticize? Who are you to tell me that I need to change or do anything different? Unless you're paying a bill or unless you can help me get to where I need to go, miss me with that. So one of the biggest realizations I actually had as I was going through my style journey and really pushing myself and pushing my boundaries and pushing my comfort zone was that I was the only one in my way when it came to style and what I could and couldn't wear. In fact, I realized that I really can wear anything I want to wear, and I can make it look good. Now, some things might take more time, like some things are gonna take more effort. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna keep it a buck, because it takes time to find the right styles and sometimes figure out the right things to pair it with. However, I genuinely believe there's nothing I can't pull off. And when I tell you that level of confidence hits totally different than dressing from a place of, ooh, I need to avoid this, ooh, I can't wear this, ooh, I can't wear that. I now approach dressing like, no, I could wear that, I just really don't want to. That's really just not my style. And that is a whole different level of confidence and self-acceptance that comes with pushing past your comfort level. That can be scary. But also over the years, I have developed my must-have essentials for a small chest to make trying those things a little bit scarier, that I'm going to share later on in the video. Now let's get into answering some of your questions. I have my phone over here so I can read the questions. How do I heal from growing up seeing nothing but women with big boobs on TV and hearing men say those are the women that they want to be with? Girl, understand that it will take time, but if you put in the work, you will heal from this. Truthfully, you have to start by releasing that narrative. I know that sounds so hard because it is still getting pushed at you, whether it is just like very in your face with actual people saying this, or just the girlies you continue to see as the models, Fashion Nova babes, looking at you. But to learn to release a narrative, to rewrite a narrative, you need to start monitoring your thoughts. Okay, whether you hear your thoughts in your mind, whether it's just something you say out loud, whether you go to make a comment, whether it's in your mind or out loud about yourself and about your small boobs, you need to be like, stop right there. Who is you? Because what I have learned is a lot of the thoughts that I have are actually not my voice. They are the voice of somebody I grew up with or somebody whose opinion I really, really value. However, that doesn't make it true just because there's someone I value, somebody I trust, somebody I look up to, whether that is your role models or people you know in real life. So once you stop the thought and identify kind of where it's coming from, take a second after that to say, but that isn't true. And remind yourself of great things you have experienced, even having the small boobs. For me, sometimes I really will say, but have I pulled every guy I wanted to? I have. So girl, what are you trying to say? Like, what makes you think that your small boobs is stopping you? Because regardless of how you look, you are worthy to receive not only love from yourself, but love from others. Like, how you look does not dictate the kind of love that you are worthy of receiving. I need you to repeat that to yourself as many times as you need to until you believe it. The second thing, there are men out here who are actively looking for bodies like yours, who are actively looking for women with smaller chests. Men are looking for women of all shapes and sizes and want to commit and be in love and have healthy relationships with those women. So I need you to release yourself of those kinds of thoughts too, because they're all intertwined. The more you do this, stop your thoughts, retrain your brain, the less these thoughts are gonna pop up. It's never gonna be perfect. They're never gonna entirely go away, right? But they aren't gonna be sitting there all the time. And in fact, you're actually also gonna get more of the positive thoughts of, you know what, I do look good in this. Oh, you know what, yeah, because I have a smaller chest, this does look a little bit better. And as you give yourself more of those experiences, that will also help you to change your beliefs. You get to a point that if they do start cropping up, you will know how to better handle them so that it doesn't take you down this path of just like, I'm not worthy, I don't love my body, and I just need to have a different body to have a better life. The next question is, I feel like I don't look as good in tops that my friends with bigger boobs do. What can I do? Babes, the key to confidence is wearing what makes you feel confident. If you watch any of my try-on videos, my haul videos, I am the first one to say, if you don't feel good in what you're wearing, don't wear it. Don't wear it. Don't wear it. One of the keys to being confident is pieces that make you feel confident, not just look good, okay? Because I can attest there are pieces that while they look good, you might not feel good or confident in them. These things are not mutually exclusive. You can look good in something and not feel confident in something. And the age-old advice, like fake it till you make it, honestly only gets you so far, because at some point the truth is gonna come out through your posture. You're gonna hunch, you're gonna be adjusting, or you're just gonna not really give confidence, because it will show that you don't really feel confident in that piece. Because think about the truly like sexy women that you admire, right? A lot of the reason you admire them is because they move with confidence. It's in their walk, it's in their posture, head high, shoulders back, and they wear pieces that allow them to move that way and feel that way. So baby, look at me. If you don't feel good in it, you don't have to wear it. Your style does not have to be feminine, your style does not have to be soft, your style does not have to get snatched all the time. You do not need to wear certain clothes just because they're sexy, just because your friends are wearing them. Please, please, please. I'm always gonna be the first one to tell you. If it doesn't audibly make you excited and then when you put it on, it doesn't make you feel good, save your money. Save your money. If you're really, really convinced that this is just a mental block, then I recommend my exposure therapy. And the way that I did this for myself, like I said earlier, I started with not wearing bras and moved into wearing stuff that I wanted to feel more comfortable in, was wearing them to run everyday errands, which sounds silly. It sounds ridiculous, but it only sounds ridiculous because it's not something you're used to doing yet, right? One of the themes you're probably picking up is that the more you do it, the easier it's gonna become. So the more that I started wearing these pieces to go grab coffee, to go run my errands, to run to the mall, the more I stopped feeling silly, the more I wasn't really worried about whether or not my body looked good. And I really started to be able to focus then on how best to style that piece in a way that suited my style and really felt like my authentic self. This next question really hits home. My stomach isn't flat and I feel like I'd be less self-conscious about my boobs if it was. Help. Now look here. My stomach has never been flat. Yeah, it looks like she got some abs from the side, but from the side, if you watch my how to find your body shape video, you see I got a little belly and I got a little pooch there, right? It's not big, right? It may not be big, but to me, it was always there. And I agonized. I agonized over this. In fact, what made it worse was I did have an ex long ago who was like, you know what, dudes actually don't mind a belly. Like, as long as it doesn't stick out further than your boobs, you're good. So when you have small boobs, you really don't have much to work with. So the stress level is like here. Firstly, do not starve yourself because you're actually only going to make it worse. In fact, for the girlies that have the snatch bellies, that have that nice tight body, it is because they are feeding their body the right amount of protein, carbs, and fat. I know because I am a retired macro counter, okay? Your girl has been a size 12, your girl has been a size 6, and as someone whose body has fluctuated, let me also share with you the second thing. I have felt amazingly confident and beautiful at my biggest, and I've also felt insecure and really, really self-conscious at my smallest. And around 28 is when I had that realization that my body size did not dictate when I felt confident. I didn't feel more confident when I was smaller, and being smaller, in fact, I did start to pinpoint a lot more things that I wanted to have better, be thinner, look this way, look that way. It became a very dangerous game. And third, ladies, our body really isn't actually designed to have a flat stomach because you need to protect your amazing organs and your delicate lady parts. We are designed to carry a little bit more fat in our stomachs for children, whether or not you choose to have them. That's just where your body is the healthiest. To get over this, you need to reframe your relationship with food and your relationship with the gym. Again, the key is to be healthy, and you don't need any fast, quick solutions. I have found in my fitness journey that consistently working out more than I didn't, consistently eating better than I didn't, got me to a place where I just have been comfortable in my body. I am at a good weight where I don't feel like I'm too small, I don't feel like I'm too big, and I'm just happy with where I'm at. And I don't stress about
what I need to eat, what I can't eat, if I worked out enough.
I literally, like I said earlier in this video, I had made that decision, like I wasn't gonna stress about that stuff. I was just gonna focus on what I could control, and I was going to do my best to be consistent, but I wasn't gonna beat myself up if I wasn't consistent, because being a size 12 didn't stop me from having fun. Being a smaller size didn't make me have more fun. I just really urge you again to reframe how you think about your worth and stop placing it on such external validation, because time, like I said earlier, is gonna come for you. And you don't wanna be in your old age going like, I'm just miserable because my body don't look like who wants to spend that kind of time when you don't have a lot of time left? You know what I mean? If you have a question that I haven't answered, be sure to place it in the comments below, because I do want to make sure that I answer any other questions you might have. So diving into the must-haves for a small chest, things that I just have felt made it easier, again, as I was learning to accept myself, as I was becoming more confident in myself, and as I was getting bolder with my style. First, a good bra. And I don't know why this struggle is so real no matter what size boobs you have. Like, small chest, big chest, we all struggle with bras. It really shouldn't be so frustrating, but there are a lot of newer companies that were not around when I was younger that make bras specifically for smaller chested girlies. There's Pepper, the Little Bra Company, Lively, Third Love, Casa Bella, and Aerie as well. I have linked some of my favorites in the description below for you to shop, because I understand how frustratingly real the bra struggle can be. My second secret, padded bralettes. Okay, this was a game changer for me. I have found that shopping for almost sports bra style tops are trying to make stuff that is cute, are trying to make stuff that is more for everyday wear, and as athleisure has just become more acceptable, there are so many options, and I love this, especially around the summertime too, because one, you're gonna have that coverage, you're gonna have that support that you're looking for that's gonna make your bust look fuller, and that material is designed to wick away sweat. So in the summertime, like, you're not sitting there sopping wet in like a plain jersey bralette or just like a cotton bralette that just like holds on to your sweat. These styles give you that fullness while working with the heat. The third essential, especially if you're trying to create more balance, if you're a pear shape, I talk about this often, high neck tops. Specifically, think crew neck, think halter tops. Even this V-neck is on the higher side, it's not a low plunge. This helps to give the illusion of a fuller bust. This draws your eyeline upwards, and paired with a lighter color like this white will make your boobs look bigger. 4 is wrap style tops, and this is very similar because it will help to create a fuller bust, because it actually will kind of bring your girls in a little bit closer to one another. They'll sit nice and high, they'll look plump and in the right size, help to create the illusion of curves. My other favorite style of top that I talk about all the time, ruched style top. That ruching is just everyone's best friend, regardless of your body shape, big boobs, little boobs. I love me some ruching, because the ruching will help to hide your tum if you are somebody who is a little more self-conscious, while giving the illusion of a fuller bust, creating those curves and giving you that shape you're craving. The key, not only to have confidence in yourself, but really to rock your small boobs, is to do things that make you feel accomplished. And just by watching this video, you have actively decided that you want to dress better, you want to feel better, and you took action to find a way to do that. While it may not feel like a big deal, it is a small step. And one thing I have learned over the years is it is those small steps that over time get you exactly to where you want to go, if not to better things. And it's steps like this that make all the difference in your transformation. The next step from here is to better understand your body so that you can dress in a way that makes you feel absolutely confident. This video on how to find your body type will help you to do just that. So hit it now to keep elevating your style game and become the confident woman that I know you are. And do not forget to hit subscribe.